Joining us on the dais now is Colorado head coach Tad Boyle. He is joined by R.J. Smith along with Andrej Jakimovski. Coach, when you're comfortable, if you could just start us off with some general comments about the game.
Yeah, heck of a win. I mean, we just felt like when we were scratching and clawing to get back in the game, whether it was the first half or the second half, and especially in the second half, I felt if we could get back, if we could get it tied or take the lead, that they might tighten up a little bit. I mean, West Virginia, this is a big game for them. It's a big game for us too, obviously, but it's tournament basketball. But you shoot 61% in the second half against one of the best defenses in the league. I mean, that's, again, a credit to these guys and our offense and our movement. And I thought we had great performances in the second half by Elijah Malone, who was a beast down low. And these guys did a good job of getting it to him. And also Felix Casares, I thought, defensively and made some big plays on offense as well. I thought these two guys, Andre was terrific tonight. RJ gave us unbelievable minutes, big shots, hit a couple big threes for us, made his free throws down the stretch. So just a total team effort, and that's what we are. We have a deep team, and I think our depth showed tonight because we had a freshman coming off the bench, played 20 minutes and played his tail off, and he's used to not playing very much at all. So you need that. We need that in a tournament like this. We needed it today, and we got it. These guys delivered.
Okay, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Please give us your name and affiliation. Let's go on the front row here to the right first.
Hi, Coach. Nikki Edwards, CU Sports Report. You guys go on a 17-point run in the second half. What was the momentum going into that, and what was the strategy on holding West Virginia off their game?
Well, I think we were still in man-to-man, and then we felt like they made a sub, and they've got certain guys that can really shoot the ball, and they got other guys that maybe struggle to shoot the ball. So we knew zone was going to be a part of our game plan tonight. Out of bounds under, we played it, and it was pretty effective. They scored a few times on it, but then when we went to the zone and we went to the soft pressure in the backcourt on makes to try to make them use clock and have less time to run their zone offense, I thought it was really effective tonight. And again, these guys executed. And whether you change a defense, whether you call a play, whether you change an offense, whatever the case may be as a coach, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but these guys are the ones that make it work or don't make it work. And tonight they made it work on both, I think, defense, our soft press into back to zone was effective in that run, but also our ability to box out and finish possessions and then convert offensively. Again, we made shots, we kept scoring, and when you keep scoring, it puts a little bit more pressure on them, and that's what we did.
Let's go to the second row here on the left.
Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera. Tad, you mentioned Felix.
Yeah.
Javon Small obviously is a great scorer, got off to a hot start today, but this game turned when you put Felix on Javon Small. I know other guys, RJ, took turns on him, but how big and how impactful was Felix's defense today?
It was big. And listen, it was Andre's, he was the main defender on him tonight, and RJ had a crack at him as well, and Felix. So I think the combination of those three guys wearing him down, making him work, he expends a lot of energy on offense. The other thing we did in the second half, we changed our offense to get him chasing one of our guys, whoever he was guarding. We were going to run him off screens on the baseline and make him expend energy on defense. So, we did that in Boulder. We didn't do that offensively, but we did it defensively. And he got tired. But we're not playing at altitude here. It's not a mile high in Kansas City, so we don't have that advantage. But I thought we wanted to make him work on defense and he always works on offense because he's a good offensive player and he moves so well without the ball. But to me, it was a three-headed monster for us defensively, and Andre and Felix and certainly RJ as well.
Okay, we got two on the front row. Let's go with this one first.
Hey, Coach. Liam Howard, Buff Sports. After you guys took the lead towards the end of the game there, you guys were, passing up. You had a lot of good looks on shots that you could have gone for early in the shot clock, but managed to work that clock down and finish that game out. Finishing games had been a struggle for a long time, and now this is something you guys look like you are doing so naturally. What do you have to say about just your players and the quality of play they're delivering at the end of these games to close them out?
Yeah, again, credit goes to them because we haven't been in that position to your point, a lot this year. We haven't been ahead late in games. We've been behind, fouling, scratching and clawing and pressing and trapping and doing whatever we do to get back in the game. And with about 3 minutes to go, 3:09 I think was on the clock at the last time out. That's when we finally started. Because I think if you start using clock too quickly, you can lose your momentum offensively, and we don't want to do that. So we kept being aggressive offensively, just getting great shots. But with 3:09 to go, we said, okay, now the clock's our friend. We want to get deep in the clock and make plays. And I think the play of the game was we got deep in the clock, and I think it was Trevor maybe found RJ out at the top of the key, and RJ was wide open, and he nailed the three. And that's what you have to have. And that really kind of, I think, was the first nail in their coffin. Would like to handle the press a little bit better at the end than we did, but again, that's, I think, a result of not being in that position a lot.
Okay, let's go right here.
Oliver Hayes, 24/7 Sports. For RJ, you've been up and down shooting the ball this season, but obviously 3 threes tonight, and the big three that Tad just mentioned. What was going through your mind today, but specifically on that last shot?
Just provide anything to help my team win. Tonight, my shots were falling, so my teammates kept encouraging me. They keep encouraging me to shoot, even though I have an up and down season shooting. And tonight they went in, so yeah.
Okay, let's go here on the front row.
Leo Rivera with ScoBuff Sports. Question for Andre. What was the communication aspect like on the defensive end? It seemed like you guys were doing a really good job of switching and passing over these calls. Is there anything specific that you guys changed up or anything that you would like to share?
Not really. We just switch our defense a lot. Second half, we throw a zone press back to zone, and we played great. I think we got potential to be a really good defensive team, and if we continue to play like this, try to communicate with the players, we can get stops, and against one of the probably best player in the league, I think we did a pretty good job. He made some tough shots, but we made it hard on him, and that was the key to win the game.
Okay, let's go to the left over here with Dennis Dodd.
Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports. Tad, just a comment on first 3-game winning streak, I think, in 3 months. And then the fact, early returns, not sure, you might be making history. Today's the first 16 to win a conference tournament game.
I don't know. Well, I think we're the only 16 because the first year we were 16 teams. So,
I mean, ever in the history of Division One. Big East had 16, I think.
Did they? Yeah. You know a lot more about that than I do, Dennis. All I know is we're ready to take on Houston, and we'll worry about that tonight. But really, really proud of this group because we have had a rough year in terms of coming up short in some of these games, and these guys have stuck together. I've said it a lot of times, and I'll say it again, but I'm really, really proud of this group.
Okay, one here on the second row.
Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera. RJ, kind of along the lines of what Tad was just saying, this tournament is kind of this team's March Madness for you guys. How much coming here did you guys buy into let's make it a new season?
We bought in for sure. It's not about me it's about my teammates. So we have 5 seniors on this team, Andre included, and every game it might be our last since we had a rough season. So it's going out playing, knowing this might be the last opportunity. It's playing for one another, and that's the motivation right there.
Okay, we got time for 2 more questions. Anybody want them? Let's go over here on the right.
Tad, this is Bruce Pasco with the Arizona Daily Star. Was that different the way you substituted? Do you substitute deeper knowing you have those guys and you got your second game here with a possible third game tomorrow? Or is it the way you've run it a lot this year?
Bruce, part of it, with this team, to be honest with you, is who's playing well tonight. And, for example, Felix, he normally doesn't play 20 minutes tonight. But he played 20 minutes tonight. He doesn't play 20 minutes a game. He averages probably, 8 or 9? I don't know what he averages, but he doesn't get that. But we stuck with him tonight because he was playing so good. And we have one of those teams where if a guy's playing good, we got to ride him. And now he might not be playing good tonight, and it's not like I'm benching him. It's just you're going with somebody else, and because we do have a lot of capable players on our team, and tonight's I always look at the plus minus column in the stat sheet. We had 4 guys come off the bench that were plus, versus plus minus, and so you got to ride those guys. And you know, we had a few starters that had minuses by their name. It just wasn't their night. It's okay. Tomorrow can be. So tomorrow's a new day, and that's what I love about tournament basketball, and that's what I want these guys to understand. Just because you didn't play well today doesn't mean you're not going to play well tomorrow. And just because you played well today doesn't guarantee you're going to play well tomorrow. But what we have to do as a staff with this team is we have to play the guys that are playing well that night. And sometimes you play guys based on what they've done in the past, and certainly that's the case. I mean, we know what Andre's done for us all year this year, but I think this is a unique team in that sense. Usually by this time of year, you know, you're like West Virginia, you got your 7-8 man rotation, you know who's going to play and whether, but we're not there.
Okay, one more question. Anybody want it? Okay, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate it.